Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Johnny Talk Sports, here to provide you with my Week 10 NFL predictions. Now, I think we're in for an exciting week in the NFL. The matchups look so great. They're kind of unpredictable this week, although some of them may be, others maybe not so much. This was the hardest I've had in picking some matchups this week. I do have some upsets this week, so we'll have to find out where they are. All right, let's get started with the Thursday night game, the Cleveland Browns versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Cleveland Browns, they have not won a game yet this season, and the Baltimore Ravens are coming off a huge morale victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers last Sunday. I like the Baltimore trend to keep going. They started off really strong earlier in the year. They kind of fell off a little bit, but I think they're getting their way back up. So I'm going to pick Baltimore to win over Cleveland. Because right now it's coming down to them and Pittsburgh for the AFC North. All right. The Green Bay Packers go on the road to face the Tennessee Titans. Now, Marcus Mariota does kind of have an ankle injury, but he has been practicing this week. And the Packers, they desperately need a win, really badly. They lost. They basically got dominated on all fronts against Indianapolis, and they got their hearts broken against Atlanta. So Green Bay really needs a win. And I think they're going to get it here. I think they're going to have to really earn this one. So I think the Titans are not a team to underestimate this year, because the Titans have a really talented squad. But I just think Aaron Rodgers needs to have the bounce back game eventually. We thought as soon as he beat Chicago on Thursday night, that would have been it, but it was not. There's no better way to actually get your momentum back and get your identity back than to just pad the stats. I think he's going to do that just fine. I think Rodgers will throw at least 4 touchdowns in this game. Probably 2 to Nelson, 1 to Cobb. So I like Green Bay to win. Not huge though. Probably about 34 to 27. I like Titans to score some points, especially with their running game led by DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. All right, next, the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Washington Redskins. The Vikings is another team that really needs to win that badly. They do not have the momentum right now. But I just think that the Washington Redskins, they're coming off a bye week, so I like them to really beat Minnesota. Not too badly, kind of like with Green Bay and Tennessee. I like it to be a close game. I like it to be maybe 23 to 20. Because I think maybe Minnesota has it in the bag and they kind of blow it, or like something goes wrong, something goes amiss. Because the Vikings have just been humiliated the last 3 weeks. They're on a 3-game losing streak after starting 5-0. I like the Redskins to make it 4 in a row, as the panic mode in Minnesota will start to unleash. Chicago versus Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay's receiving core. I like Mike Evans to be the huge difference in this game. I like Tampa Bay to win just solely on Mike Evans. I just think he's going to have a significant advantage against Chicago's secondary. And Chicago should at least consider tanking, because these are kind of Jay Cutler's last weeks in Chicago. At least that's what's been hyping. That's what they've been hyping it up to be. So I like Tampa Bay. All right, Kansas City versus Carolina. Now Kansas City's on a 4-game winning streak, and the Panthers are on a 2-game winning streak. Now, I did say in the preseason that this could be a trap game for the Panthers, and now we're basically looking at it as a trap game for the Chiefs. But I still like Kansas City to win this game. I just feel like it's going to be a really interesting kind of game. The dynamics for this matchup are just really interesting. So I like that Kansas City defense to be a huge difference. I just think the best matchup is going to be Marcus Peters versus Kelvin Benjamin. I like Marcus Peters to get an interception late to help these Chiefs pull it out. I think they will get a really low scoring 17-13 victory over these Panthers. Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons versus the Philadelphia Eagles. It's on this week, DZ. It's on this week. Julio Jones is going to torch that Eagles secondary. Philadelphia, another one of those teams that need to win that badly, but Atlanta is going to get it from them. 31 to 27, Atlanta wins. They win. They win off of Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, and they went off Devontae Freeman as Tevin Coleman is. It's really doubtful to play this week, but they'll still win with their other talent. All right, the LA Rams versus the New York Jets. I'm picking the Jets to win this one. I just feel like the Jets need to get their stride going. They're probably going to start getting it eventually. And I think they'll beat these Rams. I think the Rams just looked off. They've just looked so promising, but they've just struggled just week after week after week. I mean, the Rams just need to at least consider starting Jared Goff at some point. But I don't see that happening as the Jets will win this game. Just even though that Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to be the quarterback. And then Gino's pissed out for the year. And then kind of what I said in the mock draft last week, I'm going with Brad Kaya. Because there's quarterback troubles. There's quarterback conflicts with both the Rams and the Jets. I just think the Jets will utilize it better, especially with the running game from Matt Forte. But the Rams have Todd Gurley. They have just not been feeding Gurley this season. All right, the Denver Broncos, New Orleans Saints. Upset alert, I am picking the Saints to upset the Broncos this week. There is your upset pick of the week. What I see happening is I see that Drew Brees is just going to eat up the Broncos secondary. And plus, Denver is looking depleted after last week's 30-20 loss on Sunday night against the Raiders. And this is just going to gash a huge hole in Denver's confidence. And Drew Brees is going to take advantage, finding Brandon Cooks, utilizing that running game. As I like New Orleans to pull off a 7-point upset. Houston versus Jacksonville. I'm picking Houston to win this one. Jacksonville, they just haven't utilized the talent all season. I feel like a broken record saying it. Houston's kind of the team that hasn't utilized their talent either, but I think their talent will be good enough to win this game against the Jaguars. I am liking Houston. Miami Dolphins versus San Diego Chargers. Jay Ajayi has really been stepping up the last couple of weeks. I like him to continue with that. I like Miami to beat San Diego. I'm gonna say it's gonna be really low scoring. I'll even go out on a limb and say 14-13. Highly defensive, but Jay Ajayi will be the difference maker in the game as he will make the plays in the second half. All right, another huge matchup this week: the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, here's the thing: Tony Romo is no longer a doctor's decision; it's now a coaching decision. There's a possibility he may suit up for this week's game. But I just think it doesn't matter who starts the quarter, whether it's Dak Prescott or Tony Romo. I think Dallas will be just fine. I think they're just going to keep feeding Ezekiel Elliott, just feeding your potential Rookie of the Year winner Ezekiel Elliott behind this Cowboys just dominating offensive line. He'll eventually gash the Steelers' defense. I like Ezekiel Elliott to lead this team to victory behind the offensive line. Kind of high scoring. I think Pittsburgh will hang around. But as soon as it gets to that fourth quarter, that's when the Cowboys will start to wear them out. 38-27. The Cowboys get a late touchdown inside the last 5 minutes to wrap it up. San Francisco versus Arizona. Not really much to talk about in this matchup, but I think Arizona is just going to dominate on all fronts of the football. Especially with the lack of quarterback play from San Francisco. They didn't win with Blaine Gabbert early in the year, and they're not winning with Colin Kaepernick now, and they will probably not put in Christian Ponder at all. In fact, I also think the 49ers should just tank for the quarterback. Or maybe the 49ers can sign maybe the 49ers should sign Johnny Manziel. Maybe they should sign Tim Tebow. Maybe they should sign one of those two guys. Give them a shot in San Francisco. All right, Seattle versus New England in another huge matchup this week. This is the Sunday night game. Now, according to the analytics, the Patriots have a 81% chance to win this game against Seattle. Kind of another upset pick of the week. I am picking Seattle to win this one. I just feel like Seattle just has that huge momentum off Monday Night's victory against the Bills, finding their identity back. And I like them to continue. I like to go 2 in a row against New England. I am picking Seattle to win this game. I think they'll win just solely behind the offense. Russell Wilson's going to make the throws that he needs to win the game. All right, Monday night game: Cincinnati versus New York Giants. AJ Green versus Odell Beckham Jr., two of the best wide receivers in the NFL. In fact, two of the top four receivers in the NFL. But I am picking the Giants to win this game. I just think the Bengals they've just not had a good year. They've just lost. I think Cincinnati's nearly lost all hope. I like the Giants to just eat that up. I like the Giants to win actually by 10 points. I'm going to say 35, at least 10 points. I'm going to say 35-23. Well, that's going to do it for your Week 10 NFL predictions. For those of you keeping track at home, I've got Baltimore, Green Bay, Washington, Tampa Bay, Kansas City, Atlanta, New York Jets, New Orleans Saints, Texans, Dolphins, Cowboys, Cardinals, Seahawks, and the Giants all winning this week. Like, subscribe to the channel. Let's get me to 500 subscribers. Just the wait is just really bugging me a little bit. We're kind of at a standstill right now. But I'm really confident we will get those subscribers needed to reach 500 really soon. Also follow me on Twitter at JBTalkSports. That's all I have for you today. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next time.